What's going on, guys? Harold here, Figuremania Show. Hope you guys are doing well wherever you are in the world. And in today's video, I'm giving you guys a look at the brand new Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Energized Godzilla from Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire. And before I go any further, I want to give a special thank you to Hiya Toys for sending me out this copy for review. And also, guys, if you guys haven't picked up on this figure yet, Kowkis Toys does have this figure in stock right now. So guys, go to kowkistoy.com, use my promo code Figuremania-kowkis to get 6% off and get this figure within a couple of days, depending on where you are, or a couple of weeks, but never a couple of months or never a couple of years. All right, guys, now let's continue with this review. If you missed out on my live stream with Jared Cherchesky, I did unpackage this figure live with everybody, okay? Now, out of the box, this figure looks great to the naked eye. It looks phenomenal. It feels great in hand. It's got all the articulation that we've come to expect from Hiya Toys, especially this particular mold. Okay, and out of the box, you know, it does come with, you know, extra pairs of hands. Now, these are the hands that come with the figure on already. So I switched out already the fista hands that comes with this figure, and I really like this inclusion of the fista hands, all right, of the fists, I should say. I think it's pretty charming. And I've done a few photos with, actually I did one photo with the fists, but thankfully, like with the fists, I mean, it's got room where like you can put stuff in his hand if you want. So like if you can somehow like squeeze in like the axe or something, Kong's axe, I mean, you could definitely do that. Okay. Now, a couple things that I do want to point out. When I got this figure and I unpackaged it live, I did notice right away that the coloration of the figure in hand, to my naked eyes, it doesn't match the what you see on the promotional box art, and it definitely doesn't match in terms of the blue. It doesn't match what you see in the promotional photos. Okay, which for me personally, it's not a big deal for me. I do like the look of this figure. I think it looks great. At first glance, when you take this figure out of the box, you really don't notice any noticeable differences until you you bring out one of your other Hiya Godzilla figures, and then you have a point of reference where you can notice the differences. So you guys can clearly tell that there is a difference between in terms of the size of the dorsal fins now. So they're different. So the dorsal fins on this new Godzilla is slightly shorter. Okay, now if you're not looking for this, I mean, it's unnoticeable until you actually start like, you know, comparing it with your other figures and things. So like, you know, in the movie, like you really don't pick up on these changes because, you know, there's no point of reference to like for you to see that, oh yeah, this is different on Godzilla than that. And you can say that, you know, he's in the middle of transforming, going from, you know, into Godzilla Evolved at this point in the movie. So I don't know, I'm just guessing, but all I can say is that, you know, there is a difference in the sculpt between this figure and all the previous figures, and you can clearly tell that. Now, for you guys that were thinking that this was going to be a translucent blue 2.0, that's not what this figure is. As you can clearly tell, I mean it's beautiful, but like it's not like the plastic is, the color of the plastic is different from this one to this one. This figure is actually more of a teal color than an actual blue. Okay, but to the naked eye, having it like this, I mean, it does look fantastic from head to toe and things. Only one thing that I wish that Hiya would have paid a little bit attention to is just, let me just bring in Godzilla a little bit more like this. is I wish they would have added just a touch of white paint on his eyes. Okay, so they really didn't do it for the translucent blue. They did it for the previous you know, atomic blue version of this Godzilla, but that's just a small nitpick for me. But what I like to do is I like, you know, for toy photography, I like to use a blue laser pen to highlight that, and I will show you guys that in a bit. For this next demonstration, I've dimmed the lights down a bit so I can show you guys with my Ulanzi cube light. I'm gonna put the light behind both figures so you guys can see the differences of the color of the plastic. So here is the Energized Godzilla, so you can see that very clearly. And here is the translucent blue Godzilla. So you can clearly see this is just a much, you know, a more truer blue. And and personally speaking, for me, I would have liked that this figure would have been molded in this blue plastic. You know, I have a thing for blue, so I really like this color of blue of the plastic for this figure. But this is beautiful too. I mean, it's very nice, I think. So it's good to have different variations in your collection of Godzillas and stuff like that. And that's what collecting is all about, in my opinion. So not a negative for me at all. So just to demonstrate very quickly, you know, I didn't require any type of heating up for this figure. So right out of the box, I was able to pull off some pretty nice poses with the tail and things. So I can really push the tail's articulation, which is kind of nice. Whereas before, you know, you've had to heat up, you know, your figures before. So everything is there. I mean, I don't notice any real big changes to the engineering of the articulation. So everything is as expected. So everything feels good there, and like out of the box, you know, like you can pose in and everything. So there's no difficulty there. And as mentioned, one more demonstration. I will now use my laser pointer, my blue laser pointer, just to highlight the mouth. So you can see that it just lights up really nicely. So whenever I do toy photography, you know, this is a really neat trick that I like to do. And thankfully, like a lot of these figures like this one comes in a plastic where that lights up. So when I'm using a laser pointer, you know, I like to light up the mouth and the eyes, and that looks pretty cool. And then, like, you know, I do slight edits in Photoshop and stuff just to clean it up and stuff. But all in all, this figure is fantastic, and I recommend that you guys pick this up if you guys like collecting variants. And that's it for this review, guys. So I think this figure is definitely worth picking up. And man, Hiya's had a phenomenal year so far with putting out all these awesome figures and things. Hiya Toys, I can't thank you enough. You guys have done a phenomenal job this year, and I think this figure is definitely worth getting. So thank you very much, Hiya. All right, guys, that's it for this review, guys. Stick around to the end. I will show you my toy photography gallery and the behind the scenes, and I will check you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.